Hey, this is Billy from Perma Pastures Farm. And what a wonderful day it is for me because this will mark the first time I've been home in over a month. You know, William and Michelle look after things. They do a wonderful job, and I do what I can here, but it's tough. It's tough, and I'm working on ways to make that where it's not so tough. So stay tuned for that in the future. Anyway, it's Saturday, and I'm about to head to the house, and you know, lo and behold, you know, obviously I want to check on my birds and see what's up, but the chicken door isn't timed to open until 9 o'clock, and it's about 8 o'clock right now. Well, what do you see? You see this little Rhode Island red and this barred rock behind me just chilling. They didn't make it in the coop last night. And I think the number one reason that accounts for that is probably, I'll show it to you here. I think we have trucks that stack up on this job. The one, you know, right here, for numerous reasons, they have skids inside these buildings that go out. And, you know, it was one of the many things I didn't plan for. I mean, I've learned so much farming at work, and I'm going to continue to learn a lot more, obviously. Well, what I didn't count on were these trucks stacking up on Friday, and they're going to be moving out, I think, Monday. There's not any activity going on in this building until Monday, so they won't be back. So that's another thing I should plan for, because honestly, I should have clipped their wings probably a month ago. This little Rhode Island red, she's a little escape artist anyway. So they're jumping up on the back of the, you can see the little droppings on top of the nesting boxes there. And so they've been flying up there, but I'll have to come back at night and clip them that way. It's kind of tough to do it. Michelle's a Jedi master when it comes to catching these chickens, and it's pretty tough to do by yourself. But I think I can work it out, or maybe enlist some help from some of my worthy lieutenants up here. Anyway, it's time to go home. But before I do that, I want to get this chicken tractor moved, and it's always best to do it when they're still in the tractor, or for some reason, even though you might have moved it only a short ways, they still can't seem to find their way back in it. But I'm going to do it a little bit differently this time, because as you know, as we've talked about before, we've had a hawk attack, and don't see any flying up around here today. They've probably gone on to easier fare, but there's a way I have to position this thing, and there's a way in which it has to get done in order to make it maximize the system I have for trying to hawk proof this. Nothing's ever proof, you know. There's no hawk proof. There's no anything that's going to make it predator proof. You're just going to make them a little less appealing for a predator. So I'm going to get these guys moved. I'll show you that, and then I'll show you how this thing has to be rearranged in such a way that makes it to maximize the ability for these chickens to survive when I'm not here. So let's get after it. Well, the chickens are moved, and believe me, they are anxious to get out of there. They're usually out by 7 o'clock in the morning, at least this time of year. Okay, so the only thing left to do is to add in the hawk deterrent that we use with string. Now, as you can see, I was using this trailer hitch on the back of my truck. Yeah, not exactly the best thing in the world, because it was all I had at the time. That's what I used. It was weighty, and I was in need to come up with something pretty quick. But I've had time, and this is something I should have installed before, and there's always something, some eyelet, something I can use on any of the chicken tractors we make. But this one here is really simple. It's nothing more than a quarter 20 bolt with a nut on each side of it. I put it in 3 different places, there, and at the other end. So the only thing left to do now is get these guys enough food to last until Monday morning and string out the hawk deterrent. So let's get on it. All right, there you have it, nothing to it. Only thing I would say, and the reason I positioned this chicken tractor the way I did, is it's efficient. You can have it in a big square, but if you make a very narrow corridor in which to run your chickens in a system like this, at least where you're trying to hawk-proof anything, it makes it so much simpler. And I cheat the edge of the chicken tractor as far to the net as I can. I mean, it's only, I don't know, maybe 8 feet away from the end of it. So it's not very far. That way it creates so much more efficiency, because now when you string your wires, it's instead of trying to go all 360 all the way around a chicken tractor, you can just connect it at one end, as I did up here, and go back and forth in that narrow corridor, making it so much easier to do this. Like I said, if it's at all possible and you have hawk pressure, I think it helps to have a narrow corridor and you have less of those issues. I will also say that I don't even know how I should go about this, but every time I wrapped the string around the top of those bolts up there, I did what was called a clove hitch. It's a type of knot and it stays secure. And unlike having the trailer hitch up there, which was really kind of freaking me out, the problem with the trailer hitch is that it could fall off of there, and then you got a major problem if you hit one of these birds. So we don't want that to happen. Anyway, just back and forth with some tent stakes, and the chickens adjust well. As far as I know, I don't think we've ever had any hawk issues by doing this. So kudos to whomever came up with the idea. I don't remember who you are, but thank you. And thank you for watching, folks. Hit that subscribe button. Let us know how it works out for you. This is Billy from Perma Pastures Farm. We'll see you next time.